In today's video, we will give you a chance to experience the great weather of Sahyadri, and also we will take you through a dense forest in a pursuit to reach the bottom of one of the highest waterfalls of Maharashtra. Please watch the video till the end to get to know the cost details, best time to do this trek, precautions to be taken while doing this trek, and also how to plan the itinerary.
Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of Sahyadri Trip. Thanks for all the support provided for our first episode. If you have missed our first episode, then please check the link in the description or at the end of this video.
We woke up early after a good night's sleep. We quickly packed up our tent and gear, then headed to a local shopkeeper's place to freshen up and have a light breakfast before starting to our highly anticipated Vajrai Waterfalls trek. Despite a slight drizzle throughout the night, our tent kept us dry and comfortable. It's waterproof and built for Himalayan conditions, so we had no trouble sleeping. The shopkeeper provided us with homemade food and facilities to freshen up for a nominal fee. After enjoying some poha and coffee, we also asked him to prepare lunch for our return. The weather remained foggy, and with songs playing and anticipation building, we thoroughly enjoyed the drive. Vajrai Waterfalls is near Bambhavli village, a small hamlet at the forest edge. As we drove towards the village, we could see the waterfall from a distance, a breathtaking sight with the fog, dense forest, and waterfall creating a scene straight out of a movie. We parked our vehicle near the forest entry gate, paid the entry fee, and registered our names as we prepared to trek through the forest. We arrived early with no other tourist in sight. Initially, we planned to trek without a guide, but due to the dense forest and lack of other trekkers, we decided to hire one. The forest department quickly arranged a guide for us. There are two trails available, one through the forest to the base of the falls, and another easier trail to a distant viewpoint. The trail to the viewpoint is well defined and doesn't require a guide. Our trek started on flat land, making for an easy beginning. However, the trail quickly began to descend as we entered the forest. Though leeches were not an issue at the start, they became more prevalent as we ventured deeper into the forest. Few essential tips for the trek. Wear comfortable attire and sturdy shoes with good grip. Carry a rain jacket or poncho during the monsoon season. The trek takes a couple of hours, so bring a water bottle and some snacks. You can refill your bottle at streams along the way. The trek is moderately challenging, requiring trekkers to navigate dense forest, rocky paths, and sometimes slippery terrain, especially during the monsoon season. Our guide shared captivating stories about his encounters with various wild animals and his experiences with different trekkers. He frequently blew a whistle to alert wildlife of our presence, preventing sudden and potentially dangerous encounters. Contrary to popular belief, wild animals rarely seek to attack humans. With advance notice of our presence, they typically choose to avoid us by moving further into their natural habitat. In this section of the forest, the most commonly encountered animals include sloth bears, Indian goats, leopards, and various snakes, including king cobra. Among these, sloth bears are particularly feared, especially if they are with their cubs. They can become highly defensive, and attacks from sloth bear are often severe, causing significant injuries, particularly to the face. As it was post-monsoon, there was a lot of fresh grass along the forest floor, enhancing the forest beauty. Often, these types of treks are less about the destination and more about the overall journey. There were many tricky sections where we had to be very careful to avoid slipping and falling. As we got deeper into the forest, We realized that for someone doing the trek for the first time, a guide is essential. Multiple trails can easily confuse a beginner and cause them to get lost in the forest. It was important to watch our first step and frequently check our hands and legs for any leeches. Even when tired, it is advisable not to stop anywhere on the trail, as this would make it easier for leeches to latch onto you. Avoid sitting along the trail and, as much as possible, avoid the vegetation. All these challenges add to the difficulty of the trek. One of the many things we enjoyed during the trek was the greenery of the grass which stood out. We could notice many shades of green while trekking through the jungle. The constant sounds of frogs, birds, and other insects accompanied us along the trail. There were multiple sections where we had to walk through dense grass and we were scared of encountering snakes. There was a section where our guide pointed out a fresh trail of a large animal that had recently passed through the grass. All of this added to the overall adventure. If not careful, it is easy to slip and get injured, especially with multiple sections where we had to walk over slippery stones. A wrong footing could easily twist an ankle. We had to cross a couple of smaller streams on our way to the waterfalls, which provided a good spot to fill our water bottles. We saw the waterfalls from different points during the trek, and as we moved closer, the sound of the waterfall grew louder, adding to our excitement. The scenery only got better as we neared the waterfall. We had to navigate some huge boulders to reach the bottom of the falls. The stones became even slipperier as we approached, and though we slipped in multiple places, fortunately we had no injuries. Once at the bottom of the falls, we clicked plenty of pictures and inquired whether it was safe to jump into the pool formed at the bottom. However, our guide advised us against it as the pool was deep and had plenty of sharp stones. Even though it was not what we wanted to hear, we heeded his advice and strayed away from the deeper end. While the trek towards the waterfalls was slightly difficult, the return journey was even more painful. Descending to reach the bottom of the falls meant we now had to climb up to return to the village. A drizzle made it difficult to capture any videos or photos, so we focused solely on getting back as quickly as possible before the rain got heavier. Being very careful while going down helped us avoid leech bites at first. However, we made a mistake by taking off our shoes to enter the water and not checking them carefully before putting them back on. This allowed some leeches to bite us. Also, taking breaks to catch our breath while climbing did not help much. Even though leech bites are not harmful, knowing that they are there and trying to latch onto you to feed on your blood makes them a terror on monsoon treks. Leech bites don't hurt right away because leeches release a numbing agent and a substance that keeps your blood from clotting. This makes the bite feel painless at first, but the area will turn red and become itchy a few days later. To deal with leeches, bring salt or soap with you. Don't try to pull a leech off forcefully, as this can leave its teeth stuck in your skin and cause an infection. The best way to remove leeches is to apply salt or soap on them. The best time to visit Vajrai waterfalls is during the monsoon season, that is June to September, when the waterfall is at its most spectacular. However, trekking during this period can be challenging due to slippery paths. The post-monsoon season, that is from October to December, is also a good option, offering safer trails while still showcasing the waterfall's beauty. For our trek, we paid around 500 rupees for the guide and 20 rupees per person for forest entry. Accommodation options near the waterfall are limited, so if you are not keen on camping, you might need to stay in Satara. From Satara, you can arrange transport to the waterfall. Though public transport options are scarce, hiring a cab or auto is more convenient. If you are traveling by private vehicle, Nearby villages offer homestays, providing a more authentic experience of local lifestyle and food. It is essential to plan your food in advance as there are no restaurants near the waterfall. The entire trip typically takes about 4 hours. 2 hours for the trek, an hour at the waterfall, and an extra hour as a buffer for any unforeseen circumstances. Our shopkeeper provided us with Marathi food, charging 100 to 150 rupees per plate, which included jowar roti, omelette, rice, dal, and curry. You can expect similar prices for meals in the surrounding villages.
If you like this video, please like it, share it with your friends and family, and also subscribe to our channel. Also do comment if you have done similar treks in the monsoon and share your experience. If you missed our first episode, please find the Telugu version here and English version here.
Stay tuned as in our next episode we'll take you to Mahabaleshwar through a scenic route where the fog accompanies us regardless of the time of day. We will also share how we accidentally stumbled upon another beautiful campsite and take you to some of the most stunning valleys we have ever seen.